Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's session on Google Advanced Product Sessions, where we'll focus on YouTube for branding this week. Last week, we had a session on YouTube for Action that you can also check out on our channel. My name is Matthias. I'm a client manager for the Danish finance market, where I'm working with some of the biggest finance clients in Denmark. With me today, I have Senya, who's a brand and video specialist for the UK market, working with some of the most advanced clients in the world on video.
Hi, everyone.
So quite good weather we have here in Dublin today.
I know, it's Irish summer and we're missing it.
But it's here now.
It's here now, yeah.
So this is the 5th session out of 7 that we've been running and are running over 14 weeks. The purpose of these sessions is to go in depth with some of our most used products to help our advertisers across Northern Europe. We've already received some questions on our question form, but you can also ask during the session. If anything comes up, you can ask questions, and it's going to be somewhere over here. We have about 30 minutes to start and talk about it, and then afterwards we'll have 15 to 20 minutes on questions. So also, just as a quick disclaimer, please know that your name will be publicly showed over here. So if there are any sensitive questions, please refrain from asking them there and maybe take it with your Google representative. We have a lot to cover in a short time, so we'll go ahead and start. If you're watching this as the recording, our Q&A session will be cut short afterwards, but we will bring it up here live. So, Senya, please.
Yeah, let's get the show on the road. So we'd like to talk to you today about how YouTube and YouTube products can help your business and your brand awareness. So I think you all know already that 80% that video is the world's favorite pastime, and it's still growing. In fact, you can see that by 2021, a video will be 80% of the web traffic. So naturally, we have. If you can go for the next slide. Naturally, we have like 3 things that pass the human spend during the day, spend most of their time with sleep, work, and watch video. In YouTube, we have over 1.9 billion users logged in monthly, and they watch 1 billion hours per day, billion hours of video per day. That's crazy when we think about it. When we looked at the reach and numbers, we see that around 75% of total population in Nordic Europe, 18 plus, is reached by YouTube. So that's a really big number, and I don't think there is any other platform that can help, that can say the same in terms of the video and reach. When we talk about YouTube, our mission here is to give everyone a voice and to show them the world. And we are really proud of this mission. And what we want to say is that for us, I think like everyone can find what they're looking on YouTube and discover the world of content that suits them personally. So me personally, I'm obsessed with Game of Thrones now, obviously, but I'm more obsessed with all these videos. Yeah, I'm more obsessed with all the videos that like people doing after, like 15 things that you missed in the episode and stuff like this. What are you watching now on YouTube?
Mainly a lot of random videos, actually. A little bit of Game of Thrones and some tech reviews.
Yeah, I also watch a lot of things on how to. I am like surprised at how much content are there about that teaching you to do things. For example, I recently, my coffee machine got broken. I was like, I literally went to YouTube how to fix this particular coffee machine. And I was like, not only surprised that someone already broke the coffee machine, fix it and made a video on how to fix it at home. It's amazing. And I'm sure lots of you already have been on YouTube looking at how to cook, recipes. This is one of the most popular categories. How to fix something, how to start doing different things, exercise, yoga training, meditation. There is a content for everyone. It's not only a young generation, it's not only gaming. There's actually everyone can find the relative content for them. And this is what's bringing us, if we're talking about the massive reach, the data shows. This is the example for Denmark, for example, but the data shows that YouTube has a massive reach across all target groups in Denmark. We can see that all the age categories are having a massive reach. Of course, the younger, the higher is the reach, because the young generation is going on online. They're going away from the TV. If we're comparing it with the TV, we're seeing that all types of education are there, income is there, gender obviously is there. So it's definitely, if you want to reach your audience, YouTube is definitely a place for you to be. And now we're kind of like moving in a way how we can talk about how Google data and Google tools, and particularly YouTube today, is going to help you to reach your business objectives and goals. And there are several things that we're going to discuss during the presentation today, is how to find your customers and who are your valuable customers, the customers that your product will be relevant to, how to capture their attention and convert. And the most common question that we get from our clients is measurement, how we can actually measure the success of our campaign on YouTube. So I would like to start with capture attentions and we'll talk about that. Depends on your business outcomes. YouTube has different ad formats and tools that will help you. So if we're talking about awareness, and you want to read and you want to deliver a brand awareness or product awareness for your product, for your business, or for your clients, if you're an agency, then we would recommend to focus on CPM buying that you probably would be familiar already, and leverage various of ad formats available to lean in distinct opportunity to capture attentions. Like, for example, bumpers is a 6-second video, or YouTube, our regular format through view, but optimize it toward reach, for example. So if we move to this particular product that we recommend, I would like to take you through all particular products that we recommend for awareness. So first of all, bumpers is a 6 seconds format or less. It's non-skippable, so it always delivers in full, and your view-through rate would be like over 95% usually. And it's fantastic if you want to capture a short attention, especially for mobile devices. It's brilliant. Then our classic tool is TrueView, but we now also have TrueView for reach. We'll talk about it a little bit more in details later. So you can optimize it. You can buy it now on CPM and optimize it towards your goal when you're setting up campaign on AdWords. So another one is non-skippable. Non-skippable is now available to buy on AdWords. So as long as your video is less than 20 seconds, you can actually buy optional non-skippable on AdWords.
This is fairly new as well, right?
It's a really new, and I think it's got fully launched last quarter. But it's a fantastic opportunity for everyone who is looking to deliver a high view-through rate, because it's non-skippable, and you actually, it's also auction as well, so it's not, fixed CPM. You can actually bid with your CPM and deliver non-skippable ads. So that's new, and you can set up yourself, and everything is for you available there. So check it on your AdWords platform, and if you have any questions, contact your Google representative.
Perfect.
And the masthead is the format that take over the homepage of YouTube for the whole day and delivers the highest amount of unique reach per day. This is a fantastic product that we recommend for big launches, the big messages that you want to deliver and you want to have the highest reach.
I've seen some great results with mastheads as well, where we've been able to, especially on the Danish and Swedish markets, gain a lot of really good leads just from a very minimal budget compared to a lot of other formats.
From my experience, clients, especially in the entertainment sectors, they really love it. If they need to announce a new show, if they need to announce a new episode or seasons coming back, they love it. It's a takeover the whole page, it's there the whole day. So everyone who's logging into YouTube or going to the YouTube that day, they will be able to see your ad, and they will be able to engage with your ad and view it. So this is for brand awareness and a reach. It's a fantastic tool. And when you calculate all the CPM back on how much actually people you reached, it's actually turned out to be extremely affordable, even though I'd say like the first time when you see how much it costs you per day, it could be a little bit like too much investment. But if you calculate back the investment into CPM, it turns out to be quite affordable.
Yeah, especially in Northern Europe.
Especially, yes, you guys have especially good rates. So now I'm going to talk a little bit more in details for different on this product. So first of all, the bumpers, I think it's one of the most successful products that we have for brand awareness and ad recall. In fact, over 87% of campaigns showed that if you're using bumpers for your campaign, you will increase your ad recall. You'll have lift in your ad recall at least over 20%. So if you already having a long video, make sure you contact your Google representative if you need any help with bumpers. It's definitely a complementary product, complementary format for YouTube, and especially in ad recall, and especially if you want to focus and get attentions on mobile, because it's quick. People can't skip it, and that's how people usually operate on mobile.
Yeah.
So the next one is, as we already talked about a little bit more in detail, mastheads. So as I mentioned, it's a takeover on desktop and it's takeover on mobile. It's whenever you logged in, it's the first thing that you see there on the day. You will get the first thing that the users see. It will be your ad that day. It will be whatever, doesn't matter how many times they will log in, go into the YouTube that day, they will see your ad. Everyone who will come there will see it. You can build a remarketing list on this as well that you can use in further campaigns. So that's another opportunity for you. And of course, as I already mentioned, this product has the highest reach of unique users per day. So if your goal is to deliver your message as broad as possible, masthead definitely a great tool for you.
Yeah, this is also something we've seen in the finance industry as well, that because you have this large reach and you can use it for remarketing, it has a lot of value afterwards in increasing your brand awareness.
We actually have several success stories when masthead delivered a lot amount of subscribers to the channel compared to the TrueView campaign. So we would run TrueView and mastheads, and on the day when we launched masthead, the subscribers numbers grew up like dramatically, rather than when just was running a TrueView campaign. So that's definitely a tool, depending on what message you deliver, but your call to action could be subscribe or watch anything. So it's definitely something for a big message.
Perfect.
TrueView for reach. So it's skippable. However, for best practices, we're recommending to have a video no longer than 15 seconds. Because the system will, TrueView for reach, the system will optimize the format towards reach. So trying to reach as many users that your ad will be relevant is. So you will buy it on CPM, and your CPM will turn out less than a regular TrueView. Because that's the goal on the CPM there, and to get the reach, and it will try to deliver your message to as many relevant users as possible, and it will focus on the reach. So when we're looking at this format, it's fantastic again in the delivery, but then when we're looking at the measurement back, let's say that the system didn't optimize it towards the view, it's optimized towards the impressions, it optimized towards the reach, so that would be a metrics of success
Yeah. So is there anything you need to be aware of where compared to other TrueView formats that try to go for the amount of views?
Yes, so try to have your video short, like no longer than 50 seconds again, right? Because it still will be skippable and the system won't optimize it towards the view like with the regular TrueView campaign. So don't measure your success on the completion rate, on a view-through rate, because that's not the message and that's not the format for this. Your success here would be like looking at the CPM, how much you paid, and then the unique reach and the frequency cap that you delivered.
Yeah. Also, something I've seen with some of my clients is to really focus on having the relevant message in the first 5 seconds, so
Definitely.
that you can get the most out of this, because you're paying per impression. So you want people to see your brand, see your product very quickly.
See the message very quickly. I actually have a couple of slides down the deck where we talk about the creative a little bit more in details, but definitely good advice. Yeah. So this is just a testimonial from one of our clients, Pepsi. They run TrueView for Reach for their campaigns, and they managed to decrease their CPM with this format. So that's definitely, again, if you're focusing on the reach, if you're a big brand that want to get your audience, this is a tool. And we definitely, it is recommended to test it. If you're not sure, like, will it work for you or not, give it a go, test it. Your CPM will turn out lower than your regular TrueView, but you will actually have a bigger pool of reach. And then again, if we're talking about the reach campaign, let's like make sure we're not going like super narrow in our audience targeting, that we are looking only 55 years old, the women who have cats, Let's actually focus on the reach and the opportunity that YouTube gives you.
Yeah, that's a good tip as well.
I'm sure lots of you already have seen it, but if not, that now we have vertical ads. Again, for mobile, it's fantastic. It's very engageable, and it appears like almost on the full screen on YouTube app. So it's 100% mobile. So if you are a gaming, or not even a gaming, but if you, for example, in an advertising app, or you want users to capture the user attention and drive some actions, I'd say this is a fantastic opportunity as well. And this is a great format. And again, I will mention it a little bit down the deck, but if you do not have a video that should fit you, for technical requirements for the vertical video, please reach out your Google representative. We'll try to help you in editing and make it more applicable.
Yeah.
So here's where I wanted kept talking about going a little bit back on a deck and talking about the capturing attentions, is to outline that YouTube has 95% viewability and 95% audibility, and industry average viewability is 66%. So we're really proud of a message and a format that we're delivering. We are the highest watched and the highest in audibility platform. So as much as it's great, make sure you're using it. Make sure you benefit it. You're taking all the benefits out of this. So make sure your brand is represented. It's 95% audible. So don't just put slide like music behind. Like, make sure your message is out loud. It's said as well. Make sure your brand is said. So use this for your benefits. We just have a couple advice on the creatives down.
Yeah, and I think especially with audibility, if you're taking some videos from other formats or other platforms, it's very, very good to remember that there is actually sound on YouTube, and it can really help your videos to make them more to get you more brand value with the audience. Because one of the mistakes we often see is people just adding a bit of music, as you said, to a video, where if you actually create it for YouTube and have relevant messaging in the sound as well, we see a lot of improvement in
in the
creatives.
And the performance of the campaign, and recognizable the name and the brand, definitely.
Yeah.
So this is again like some advice from different researchers how creative drives campaign performance, and that it's important to have the right creative for the right platform, and make sure that you once your creative is built for the platform, rather than using the same video on all the channels, on all the media, you will see the different impacts on this. So if you're running on YouTube, try to make sure that you're leveraging, as I mentioned, on the putting the brand into the right place. Make sure that you're saying the names rather than just like using the same videos that you use for the other media. So if you only have one type of creative and you need any help from us, we're here to help, definitely. So now we have, I think it's for Nordics, it's called Premium Creative Services. What we can do for you, this is an example of how we had in UK market, we had TV ad. And the client came to us and they have said that we only have TV ad, but we want to make it more applicable for a YouTube. How you can help us? So Ignition Labs or Creative Services, we gave it to us and they helped us. What they did is like they check the creative, they make it more sharper, they make it more faster. They cut down, I think it was initially was around 30 seconds, and we cut down it to 15 or like around 20 seconds. We put the branding on top so it would appear from the first seconds. You know, this is a big mistake that sometimes clients do when they use a TV ad and the ad brand only appears at the end.
Yeah.
Right. And you're on YouTube, you'll be skipped after 5 seconds. Most of the time, if it's not relevant. So if you want to put it, if you want to be relevant, put the brand straight away, deliver your message straight away, get the interest straight away. So, and we are here to help you. We're here to put, so you see us put that it's summer sales, 50% off. So put the message straight away on the video. We made it sharper, we made it quicker, and it puts the message on front. And it's actually delivered great results.
Yeah, and this premium creative service is available, but it depends on the availability of the team and sometimes also the campaigns that you're planning. So please reach out to your Google representative. It's not something we can promise that you will be able to get, but something that we've seen some great results on and added some great value for our clients.
Yeah. But this is like a little bit of a tips that we recommend for you when you're building creative for YouTube. So as we mentioned, and we keep mentioning, I think it's like a biggest message is like leverage on this first 3-5 seconds that you get is attract attention from the start. Put your logo up front, your logo, your stories, a message, be there from the beginning. You have 5 free seconds, use them. Make sure your brand is mentioned. Use storytelling and be very clear on what you want people to do. Don't forget about the call to action. Be very clear with this.
Yeah.
And this is like a little bit of a tip where we recommend you to put your logo, call to actions, and the best place to add some text and branding.
Yeah, this is just YouTube has a few set formats: the branding, the skip, and the visit advertiser. Of course, don't add anything important right where that is.
Yeah. So as we've said, if it's the ad is more relevant, then people will pay more attention to this, and they're happy to watch it till the end. So
yeah.
Again, like talking about the stories, that's something that we launch now. We have video ad sequencing when you actually can build it for your story. Again, lots of entertainment clients using it when they have a long video And then if someone skipped it, then they want to only show them bumpers. Or if someone watched it, then they want to show them the longer video, and so on. So use it. It's called video ad sequencing. It's now available for everyone. I think that from the beginning of this quarter, it's available to all users across the platform. You can build it yourself. If you need more information on video ad sequencing, please use our help center or your Google representative.
Yeah.
And this is just the ideas how you can use it. It's like 6 seconds, 30 seconds, 6. Tells the full story. If you have several episodes, just go for 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Different bumpers, different message that you want to deliver. If you told the story and then you want to follow up with call to action, use it.
Yeah, this is one of the coolest things we have right now. And we're only just exploring how it can be used. So
yeah.
There are some great results.
There are great results on the brand awareness, and there are great results on ad recall as well. So definitely something to pay attention if you want to tell the story of your brand.
Yeah.
And of course, Video Experiment is now available. You can build the video experiment on creative. So if you want to see which of the creatives actually generates awareness, or if you want to compare the audience, like if it's in market or if it's affinity, or if it's is this age or no age, what drives actually the results for you, you can use it. You will need to reach your Google representative to build it for you. But it's great. What it does, it's like the system separates the audience. So the audience completely, the audience doesn't get contaminated. So you get, if they saw video 1 from the campaign 1, this audience won't see campaign 2. So you will have a pure result on measuring whatever you want to measure, creative or audience. So definitely use it. It's a great opportunity for you to see where you're actually impactful.
Cool.
And we'll talk a little bit more on audiences. So the right audience, first of all, of course, we have our 7 big properties that drives us over 1 billion signals and users that users gives us, and we can build the relevant audience for our clients. So if you go further, we want to talk today a little bit that the right audience, and when you're targeting the right audience, it can actually drive not only awareness for your brand, but it will drive great consideration, leads, and purchase intent. And you're all familiar with our affinity tools, and in market, we have now live events that we keep increasing. It's now I think it's has marriage, graduation, I think it's called now empty nesters or something like this. Basically, when you're free of all your kids now. So definitely use it, especially if you want to get your audience on a specific stage of their life, like for financial clients, if it's a marriage, or shall we start targeting them with a mortgage, or if it's a college graduate, if there is a loan, or something like this. So definitely research more on this and see how it could be applicable for you. And we have one of this new thing is called live TV viewers. So over 50% of audience the States is from United States, but from United States, over 50% of audience between 18 to 49 are either live TV viewers or do not subscribe to TV at all. And 90% of these users are on YouTube. So keep it in mind that the live TV viewers is the people who are more likely to watch Netflix or something like this. So we have them. So if you're up for this audience, if you're a young audience that don't watch TV and you want to get them and they're like in entertainment, use them. They're great. I personally saw a lot of great results by using this audience, driving awareness and favorability for the brand.
Yeah, and also this audience, the cord cutters, started out as a very young audience, but as you can see, they are also all the way up to 49, and YouTube is increasingly targeting also, or being targeted by advertisers targeting an older demographic as well.
Yep. So detailed demographic is now available for all our customers. You can take them. You can target now parenting status, educational, home ownership, it's not only now, like, we used to have demo on age and gender and parenting status. So now it's more. Now there is more information that you can go. So again, like if you go for some specific audience, or you're interested in a specific age or life stage, or like if it's only parents that you want to target, make sure that you explore the opportunities with a detailed demographic.
Yeah, and this is available in an open beta for B2C, and there's also some very interesting B2B detailed demographics that are in beta at the moment.
So forecast reach of your desired audience using a Reach Planner. So Reach Planner is now available for all our clients. It's on your AdWords, so you can actually see how much reach you will get. This is an example from Sweden, so how much it will cost you if you invest 20K, how much reach you will get, and how much it will cost you.
Yeah.
And this is an example, if you increase investment, how much more reach you will get. This, I think, over the months of period.
Exactly. So you will see a reach curve, and you can play around with it depending on your goals.
Perfect. And the measurement, I guess.
Most important part.
Yeah, we left it for the end. The measurement. Well, there is several things that I personally recommend to use when we talk about YouTube measurement. One of them is brand results for brand lift. So do not hesitate to use brand lift study, right? First of all, BLS 2.0 is available externally. So just ask your Google representative whitelist you, and then you have a total control over the brand lift, how to set up, what campaigns to add, and you can run it across the year to see the differences that you measured and so on. It's a fantastic tool. It will let you to measure your awareness, ad recall, consideration, whatever you want to measure for your brand. And you can measure different campaigns and compare them, different audiences. You will see it's with Brand Lift Study 2.0, it's very detailed information that's available now. So definitely that's one of the biggest things that I would recommend. And it's free once you qualified for the minimum spent in the campaign. It goes for free. Then measure and online results. Measure and optimize in real life your performance. Here I've just put the very average views rate in CPM and CPV for Nordics Europe, just for you to see how you performing and to understand where you're in a benchmark. Lots of clients actually asking, is it good, is it bad? So this is just a little bit for you to take a look and see if where you are represented. So definitely measure the relevant metrics. So if your campaign is optimized towards view, measure views through rate, measure CPV. If your campaign is optimized towards CPM and the reach, then measure it's on CPM basis and impressions. Offline results, you can partner with a third-party sales solution that you have, or I'm not sure if store visits are available.
It is, but it requires a bit of setup. But store visits is available.
Yeah. So again, if you have a big chain of offline stores, you can now measure offline store visits. You will need to contact with your Google representative for a detailed setups. It does require a lot of setups details, but then once it's done, you can actually measure if people who saw YouTube video visited your store. And when we're talking about awareness and reach, you have an opportunity to see unique reach in your AdWords account and average frequencies that deliver for different devices. So make sure you check it and you use it. Yeah, so just a little bit more on the lift. Make sure to use it. Make sure that you're using the right thing to measure. If it's a brand awareness campaign, don't measure purchase intent. This is sometimes the biggest struggle with the clients when we're running a brand awareness campaign with reach tools and then we're measuring a low funnel, So be just a little bit mindful what you measure and what results you want to see.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I think this is it from me.
Yeah, I think this was the last slide we had. So we will now follow up with some questions. We received a few via the form that you could send in before. Throughout this, please also feel free to send any in on the live chat. If you're watching this on the recording, we will cut the recording now, but feel free to share the recording and with all your colleagues.